It's a question many of us have pondered. If a country needs more money, why don't we just fire up the printing presses and make more? On the surface, it seems like a simple solution to complex problems, right? More money for everyone, more money for government programs, an end to financial woes. But the reality is far more intricate, and the consequences of such an action would be devastating. Imagine for a moment that the government decided to print trillions of dollars overnight and distribute it. What would happen? Suddenly, everyone has a lot more cash in their pockets. But the amount of goods and services available in the economy hasn't changed. There are still the same number of cars, houses, loaves of bread, and hours of labor. When there's a massive increase in the money supply, without a corresponding increase in goods and services, the value of each individual unit of currency plummets. This phenomenon is called inflation, and it's not just a slight price hike. It can be hyperinflation. Your dollar, which once bought a decent meal, might now only buy a piece of gum. Businesses would have to constantly raise prices to keep up, wages would chase prices in a never-ending spiral, and people's savings would become worthless. Think about countries that have experienced hyperinflation, like Weimar Germany, or more recently, Zimbabwe and Venezuela. Their currencies became so devalued that people needed wheelbarrows full of cash just to buy basic necessities. The entire economic system can collapse. Printing more money doesn't create more wealth. It simply dilutes the value of the existing wealth. True economic growth comes from increased productivity, innovation, and the creation of more goods and services, not from an arbitrary increase in the money supply. So, while the idea of printing more money sounds appealingly simple, it's a path that leads directly to economic chaos and widespread hardship. It's a lesson history has taught us repeatedly, and one that central banks around the world work hard to avoid.